All right, we are almost through this entire boot camp, and I just want to commend you for making it through all these lessons because we have covered a lot of information. And in this very last lesson, we're going to cover some really good stuff. Like, honestly, all of this is good stuff, but we're getting to the end, so we're going to talk about, profiting from your passion, which is a huge lesson to be learned in the online world because a lot of us are aspiring creatives because we are creating a life of freedom, meaning we want to create money online so we can do whatever the hell we want at home, right? Whether that is because we have kids or because we want to travel whenever we want or just because we don't like working 9 to 5, a structured job, and you want to be able to sleep in during the day. So whatever the reason is that you've decided you wanted to create your online business, become an online entrepreneur, I commend you for taking that leap in the first place and for taking this program because it is going to help you embrace the leader within you so that you can easily go about creating your business and not have to listen to all the bullshit that other people are telling you should do, or you're following what your ego is telling you to do. So anywho, let's just dive right on in. So we're going to talk about profiting from your passion, and I'm very passionate about this subject because I believe, again, talking about some stuff from Module 2, that it is so possible for us to create and make money doing what we love. We do not have to suffer. We do not have to hate our jobs. We should not have to work late hours if we don't want to when we're so passionate about something else. So it is so possible for you. You've just got to open your mind up to the possibilities. So we're going to talk about profiting from your passion. And in the previous lesson, lesson 5, we talked about signature offer. So now I want to walk you through what this looks like. So think back to your customer journey that you started drafting. You should also have a really good idea on what your content marketing strategy looks like since you did the work in the last lesson. This is going to help you drive traffic towards the offer you're about to create or I'm about to help you create. Your signature offer is essentially the last phase in a sales funnel, but it's where you want to lead your readers toward. So for example, my highest paid offer is my signature one-on-one private coaching and group coaching programs. And the opt-in that I'm using to drive traffic towards my email list is my signature 3-step framework. And it's a little teaser into my signature method. And obviously you guys know what my signature method is, which is community, confidence, and content. So that's actually in the free 3-step framework PDF that I offer to anybody for free, but I don't give everything away. I give a very short teaser, snippet into what the framework looks like. So when they read it, they're like, okay. And then they get put on my email list and they get sent, some emails down the road where I continue to offer them valuable information and actionable content. And eventually I lead them to saying, hey, if you enjoyed this and you found that this is really resonating with you and you feel like an inner pull, then it's time for you to invest in a program that's going to help you get to where you want to be. Okay. So that is a really broad overview of what my signature offer looks like and the opt-in that I have created to help drive traffic towards that offer. Your signature offer needs to highlight your brand values and identity. And again, it needs to align with your content. So if your content in your program or your products aren't aligning, say you started out as a food blogger, but you want to do relationship coaching. This is very far-fetched. And all your content is based off of the food you make, right? This healthy lifestyle you're living, but it's not really working for you because your offer right now is relationship coaching, but you haven't given us why you're an expert in that if you're talking about recipes and healthy living. So again, very far-fetched, but everything needs to align, if that makes any sense at all, which it should. So again, your paid offer, your signature offer needs to be a specific solution to a specific problem. And again, it's going to help solidify your online presence and brand identity. It's going to continue to build your expertise. Okay, before we get into this, honey, and take a drink of water because I'm about to get really heated. I'm just kidding, guys. But I needed water. So money mindset and pricing your services and offer. This part is freaking scary because why should I ask someone to pay us $500, $10,000, $100 for something we created? Well, because you're freaking worth it is my answer. But before I walk you through creating money with your signature offer or services, we have to address money mindset. This is just something we have to do. Otherwise, you're not going to be confident in selling yourself or creating money. It's time for you to embrace your capacity to create and to think with unlimited potential and to pursue everything you desire because you are worthy. You just have to think in possibilities. So if right now, before we even dive into creating your signature offer, you're sitting there behind your laptop or your phone thinking, why the hell would anybody want to pay me for something like this? Then we can't move on with this training because you're not able to embrace your capacity to create and make money. And you have to realize that you are worth it, okay? So learning to create money and attract abundance is a process of growth. Your emotions energize your thoughts, okay? You will not receive the money you intend to have by fearing the very opposite. So you need to get clear about your old money habits and create a new healthy relationship with money before we can start to create consistent income for yourself. Otherwise, you're just going to have this constant inner battle and struggle with yourself. You're going to be fighting with yourself over this. Unlimited thinking allows you to experience feelings of abundance and increases your vision of the dreams you intend to fulfill. So in the visualization activities, the activity we did in the first module, and then I continued to talk about module 2, is all about realizing that everything that you desire, this vision you're dreaming of during your activity, your visualization activity, is possible. Now, if you've already told yourself that it's not, then it's never going to happen. Okay, you have to be able to think in possibility. Living as if you already have the money that you desire. Because we desire the essence of money, not money itself, okay? I want you to think about that. We desire what money will bring us, but not money itself, right? Like, I don't sit here and desire, like, oh, I just want money to have money. Like, I desire money so that I can support my family, for financial security, so that I can live the lifestyle that I desire, right? It's that essence I'm desiring, not money itself. So, everything you are seeking in financial abundance is already within you. So keep practicing aligning yourself with your highest self. Think of what you want to create and desire to have, and think of it with such great excitement and emotion. Like, get excited about money. Like, think in possibilities. Sit there right now and think about the program or offer you're about to create. So maybe you're about to create like this mastermind program, this 12-week mastermind for 5 ladies. Think of it with great excitement. Think about not only the work you get to do because you're passionate about it, but just think of all those feelings you're going to have when 5 ladies enroll in that program and you see that money get deposited into your account. Just feel that emotion right now. Just imagine what it would look like right now for you to get a notification on your phone, if you get notifications on your phone from your bank, saying you just got like $500,000 deposited to you. How freaking amazing would that feel? Like, feel that and own that, because once you're able to bring that emotion into life right now, the easier it is for you to vibrate at the energy level that you need and to attract that money, okay? So if you intend to have something, you will. Money is a tool or energy to help me fully express myself and realize my potential. I ask you, what can you do to fulfill your potential? I really want you to just sit on that question and think about it. What can you do to fulfill your potential? I want you to continue to do this work. The visualization activities, aligning yourself with your inner self and finding alignment. And to trust that you are going to get there. I have never said that it would happen overnight, but if you do the work and you believe in yourself, it will happen. Again, this is not something that's going to happen overnight. You truly have to believe in yourself and overcome any limiting beliefs that have been holding you back. But you cannot continue to live from a place of fear. So if you feel like you're creating from fear, I want you to go back to Module 2 right now and keep doing the work in Module 2 before moving on with this work. Because this is so freaking important for us to confront right now. And if you don't confront it and you move on, you're going to find resistance. You're going to find that it's hard. And while you might still be able to make money off of this signature offer you're about to create or these products, it's probably going to be a lot harder than it needs to be. So truly, I want you to think about whether or not you're creating from a place of fear or if you're creating from a place of love. Now, like I said, you guys, I'm very passionate about this money mindset and abundance and attracting and the law of attraction. So that's why my words are getting jumbled up. So we're going to move on. Okay, so let's talk about creating your signature offer. You need one problem, one reader, one method, one result. And the way I kind of wrote this out looks funny, but I'm sorry. This should equal one big, massive transformation, right? Okay. So, again, here are some steps to creating your signature offer. Create a process. Name the offer. Price your offer, create the offer, create content for the offer, generate leads, and launch. Guys, it's really simple process, okay? But you have to be passionate about what you're creating and you have to feel good about it and it has to be in alignment, right? I don't have to continue to say this, but it's just a gentle reminder to you that whatever you're creating has to align with your mission, your purpose, your vision. Okay, for so long, I was creating offers that were totally out of alignment, and it just pretty much led to failed launches, which I was able to learn from, right? But I don't want you to continue to have like these failed launches and you lose all faith in yourself. So before you even get into, creating a process or creating your offer, I want you to really dive into, is this fulfilling my purpose? So the first step in a signature offer is to create a process. So depending on what you're offering, so let's just kind of hit the brakes real quick and go into reverse. So when we're talking about signature offer, this can be seriously anything. So for me specifically, my offer is my coaching program, but not all of you guys are coaches. So this could be one-on-one services. This could be group programs. This could be masterminds. This could be a membership site. This could be auditing for blogs. This could be, anything out there. I can't really think right now because my mind's going 100 miles an hour. But seriously, think in possibilities. Do not put yourself in a box here, okay? So when we talk about your signature offer, it can literally be anything, okay? Anything that you can offer to your ideal reader that serves them on a deeper level and allows them to have that transformation, and you're providing them with value and impact that they're going to pay for. So again, creating the actual process. So you need to decide which steps or phases or stages it's going to take for your reader to go from point A to point B. And I want you to write out and map out these steps and keep them to about 5 to 10 steps. Anything above, 5 steps, 5 phases, 5 or 10 steps or phases can kind of get really lengthy, so then it's overwhelming for your reader. So you want to develop a process in which they can go from broke ass college student to thriving, healthy college student. Whatever the transformation is for your reader, map out how they're going to get from point A to point B, okay? If you're a visual person, get out like a whiteboard or a big piece of paper and just start, thinking of different stages and creating a process that works for you. Second is to name your offer, obviously. So brainstorm a name that attracts your reader, and I would suggest using the brand copy, the brand word bank that you created in Module 1 to help you name your offer. So a lot of key phrases people use in offers are like blueprint, roadmap, step-by-step, formula, etc. So for me, again, my signature offer, my signature method is the 3-step framework. So it could also have been called the 3-step blueprint or roadmap, whatever you want to call it. Just make it attractive and make it so that it makes your reader feel emotion and makes them want to take action on it. The next step is to price the offer. So again, money mindset here. But before you just go and throw out a random number for what you're going to price, look into the market for what you're offering, okay? So if, again, you're offering like a mastermind or a membership site, go out and see what other people are offering. See how much value first they're offering in whatever they're offering before you're like, oh, well, I'm overcharging. Think about the value, okay? So always consider how much they're getting for the cost. I want you to also price based on what feels good and right for you. So I want to talk about this a little bit because when I started embracing coaching, and I knew I wanted to be a coach, but I started out coaching in a different kind of industry, a different niche in the business mentor blogging realm. I was told by another coach, and this happens a lot, and I'm not pointing anyone out specifically, but that I needed eventually I needed to get to a place where I was charging $10,000 for my program. Maybe that's something I'll do in the future, but to me that never felt like something I wanted to do. Because I knew deep down inside I would never invest that much for a coach. Now, I'm not saying they aren't worth it or they're not worthy or valuable, but to me, that never sat right. It never felt good. And then a bunch of other bigger numbers were thrown out. So I want you to price based on what feels good for you. If someone's telling you need to keep charging up, but it's just, you're deep inside, you're that just does not feel good. Don't do it. Do what feels right for you. So I just wanted to put that out there. And then when it comes to pricing your offer, you also need to determine, of course, what you need to make an ROI. So don't put yourself in the hole and you start charging a very low amount and ultimately you're not really making an income. So decide what your current lifestyle expenses are, what your business expenses are, and that's going to help you, of course, price your offer. So again, consider resources that it might take to implement your offer. So if you're doing a membership site, maybe you need to hire a developer or somebody to create that site for you because you're not techie like me and you have no idea where you would start. So consider the resources you might need that you have to invest in and consider what you would need to make to pay that back. So there's a few things you want to consider when it comes to actually pricing the offer, but ultimately make sure it's something that sits right and feels good to you. Okay, so the next step is actually creating your offer and developing it. So what platform was that going to be on? So for me, when that was creating my signature programs, that meant finding a platform I could deliver these courses on. That meant deciding, okay, how am I going to create the content? Is it going to be in this form? Am I going to do video? Am I going to do audio? Am I going to do slides? That kind of thing. So this is the chunk of your signature offer, right? Is actually putting the offer together and creating it. So whatever that looks like for your offer, this is probably going to take up a majority of your time. So plan accordingly, right? And don't rush the process. The next step, so now you've got your offer created, it's priced. You know what you're offering, right? You've got your method down, you're confident in it. The next step is content. And this should be easy because we just talked about content marketing, right? And that is using your content to send your readers to your paid offer, okay? Again, think of that customer journey roadmap. This is where you would brainstorm different Instagram captions or Facebook posts or podcasts or blog posts that are going to eventually lead up to your paid offer. So next is all about kind of marketing, right? So that's generating your leads. So if you already haven't done a market survey, research survey that we talked about in Module 1, I highly suggested it because you get to collect email addresses that way, right? You need to get consent, but you can get email addresses that way. Once you get email addresses and start building your email list, you have another community to start generating leads from. So my suggestion when you're starting out with your signature offer and before launching it, I always advise, kind of doing like a mini launch. It would be priced at a lower price, like much lower than your signature offer, to test out your method. So an example of a mini launch could be like a 5-night email challenge, workbook, masterclass. Use this to get some feedback and testimonials from those who attend the class or do the challenge or workbook or whatever it is to get some feedback and then ultimately get some testimonials that you can use on your sales page. Okay, so the very last step is obviously to launch this. So before we launch it, we're going to talk about creating an opt-in, and I'm going to walk you through this more or less through your inspired action exercise. But like I said in the beginning, it's a teaser to your signature offer. It gives them the what of your method or your process, but not the how. And it helps generate leads into your email list where you can automate your readers towards a paid offer. Creating a launch strategy and plan. Create a plan so it's not overwhelming and you can really simplify the process. So let's go through your inspired action exercise so you see what I'm talking about, so I can walk you through that. Oh, I had one more slide, my bad. Okay, create automated systems for each system using a project management system. So again, if you have access to Resource Vault and Teachable, make sure you watch those videos and download those templates because I have a tutorial on Asana, a project management system that I've been using. Okay, test out different strategies, find what works best for you. You know all of this, right? Right, going through your last inspired action exercise. Ideal customer journey. Okay, so here we're actually going to walk through creating that journey so that we can create your signature offer. Where are your customers currently at now? Where do they want to be? That transformation from A to B. Before, where is your reader currently at during the present moment? What does she struggle with that you are able to help her with? Describe where she is at when she stumbles upon your blog. Maybe it's not your blog, maybe it's your Instagram or your podcast or whatever it is. So I really want you to detail out where this person is before they find you, okay? What state is she currently in? What is she struggling with? Okay, be very specific about this. So then you want to talk about the after. So where do they wish to be? What will your reader experience after your paid offer, okay? So now we're talking about, you've let her down the entire journey, the entire process. She has done the signature offer, paid for the signature offer, whatever you're offering her. What is the big transformation she is going to gain and benefit from after she invests in your service or product? So be specific about that transformation. What does her life currently look like now? And then we're going to get into creating your signature offer. Again, one problem, one reader, one method, one result equals a big transformation. So first step, of course, create a process, mapping out those 5 to 10 steps to your signature process or method. And again, if it helps to get out a big whiteboard or a big piece of paper, use that to start mapping out your process. Name your offer, price your offer, create the offer. So develop your offer and determine the resources you need. And then use your content marketing strategy to create content. Here, basically, you want to brainstorm content ideas that are going to lead your reader towards your paid offer. So, for instance, for me, I've done a lot of content on leadership and personal development and getting out of your own way and not letting bullshit get to you. And that ultimately is content that I created to lead towards my one-on-one program. Generate leads. So mapping out how you're going to start generating leads towards your email list, towards your Instagram, towards your free opt-in, whatever that looks like. And then launching. So in the launching stage is where I have you create that free lead magnet or that free opt-in. So now that you've led him or her to your community, you now want to continue to serve this person by bringing her to your email list. So that means creating a free opt-in, right? We talked about that, giving them a quick win. So this is where you're going to map out that free lead magnet, that free opt-in that gives you that gives someone a preview of your signature offer. And then you want to develop a launch plan below. And then for those of you who may not have seen in the resource vault, there is an example of a launch plan in there of what my launch plan looks like in a timeline that you can kind of base yours off of. All right, and then this is just a way for you to create different ideas of services and products to help you profit from your passion. So I always tell people not to put all their eggs in one basket. You need to have multiple streams of income, especially if you're an online entrepreneur. So just because you have like a main signature offer doesn't mean you can't offer any other services and products. So for me, my biggest program obviously is my one-on-one private coaching, but I have also done group coaching. I also have courses like this one that are passive, and then I also do some affiliate marketing. So use these last 3 pages to map out any other services or products, different income streams that you can implement into your business, and this just kind of helps you map that out. So again, you're not putting all your eggs in one basket, and you're able to have multiple sources of income and not just rely on one. And if you have passive products or services, in addition to doing like direct services, it's really helpful so you can spend most of your time, doing the one-on-one work, and then you have these passive courses or workshops or master classes you can offer at kind of like a lower ticket rate. So you have completed this entire program. That is if you've done all the stuff in the resource library. And of course, the resource vault is completely up to you. It's just free resources, but they're going to help you launch your business. I am so freaking excited for you. I feel like my throat's about to give out because I've been talking so much, but we have gone through so much together, and I am so excited for you to step into your leadership role, have the confidence to do so, and start profiting from your passion. And I can't wait to see where you're at after implementing all these trainings.